Constructive Interference, written and narrated by Hasnain Anis. Chapter 1, The Homecoming. According to Section 158 of Sanctuary City, Mr. Smith D. Blank was sentenced to 8 years in prison. Once a young, brilliant detective, he now faced charges for a gruesome murder. Found at the crime scene, standing over the victim, gripping a bloody kitchen knife with a 9mm Glock tucked into his back pocket. All the evidence, electronic, biological, was damning. He was their perfect suspect. The hero who had cracked 4 high-profile cases had been recast as the villain this time. For 8 years, Blank etched a single mark on the cold stone wall beside his bed every day. 2,922 days he carved with a piece of redstone. But tomorrow it would end. The system may have wrongly caged him, but now they had no choice but to let him go. He would finally see the sunrise again, hear the chaotic hum on the streets, and feel the wind brush against his face. He clenched his fist as thoughts of his mother flooded his mind. 8 years of absence he had dreamed of making it right. He would take her to Paris, fulfill the wish she always had spoken of, seeing the Eiffel Tower. The prison gate creaked open, the sound cutting through the early morning silence. Blank stepped forward, slowly at first, then faster and faster. Freedom was so close he could taste it. The wind bite at his unkempt beard, his hair unruly after years of neglect. His heart raised an almost frantic beat as the outside world, so vivid, so loud, came crashing into his senses. With every step, the weight of those lost years has pressed heavier on him. He hopped onto the bus, and thoughts started to swirl. First up, I need to shave, he told himself. His reflection staring back at him through the window, unkempt, wild, almost unrecognizable. She would kill me if I show up like this. After cleaning up, hair neatly trimmed and a bouquet of flowers in hand, Blank stood at the familiar gate. Or at least what he thought was familiar. The house had changed. A huge cactus now dominated the front yard, casting an eerie of shadows on the path to the door. Mom planted a cactus? He muttered under his breath. Disbelief started to settling in. He hesitated for a moment before pressing the doorbell. The bell's chime echoed inside. His heart pounded in his chest as he waited, each second feeling like an eternity. Someone approached the door. It was fast, hurried. His mind raced. He could already see her smile, imagine the tearful embrace. He clenched the flowers tighter, preparing himself for the reunion he had dreamed for years. The door swung open. But instead of the elderly woman he longed to see, a young woman, not older than her late 20s, stood there, staring at him with curious eyes. "Who are you looking for?" she asked, confused. "Is Mrs. Smith here?" Blank voice cracked, the words feeling foreign in his mouth. "Miss Thomas Smith?" the woman asked, her brow furrowed. "Yes," he whispered, a knot tightening his chest. She took a long, hard look at him, and her eyes softened. Are you her son? After 8 years? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Plank nodded, unable to speak. The woman exhaled, steadying herself before speaking. Mr. Plank, I'm so sorry. Your mother, she's no more. They found her last year in the rocking chair. She had a stroke. The forensics said that. But Plank heard none of it after the word gone. The world around him dimmed, her voice drowning in the sound of his heartbeat, thundering in his ears. His legs felt weak and his hands, once so steady, trembled. The bouquet fell to the ground, petals scattering across the pavement. The ground beneath him seemed to shift. He had survived 8 years of hell, dreaming only for this one moment, only to find that the one person he longed to return was gone. Everything he had held on to, every shred of hope, vanished in an instant. His body felt utterly powerless. The sun was setting behind him, casting long shadows on the path, but to him, the world had never seemed so dark.